feel judged. I know it sounds silly, and I'm not really surrounded by those kind of people, but I've had people ask me dumb questions. I've had people look at me, and I can tell that they're judging me, like, oh, you're not the first to be pregnant. Hey, we're pregnant. Sola and I were expecting our first baby together. This is my first official announcement on YouTube. I've talked about it on my blog, skinnyhipsterblog.com, or you can follow me on Instagram, skinnyhipster, or Snapchat, skinnyhip. So I'm going to be answering some of your questions, and I hope you enjoy them. So Olga and I had a talk, and we feel like we're ready to be parents. We started planning to have a baby. So one day, my period is pretty consistent, and that particular time my period was late, and I was just like, okay, but I didn't want to think about it. I was like really nervous, so I said, I'm never going to think about it, I'm not going to talk about it. Olu texted me one day at work and was like, is your period, have you started your period yet? I was just like, no. So, oh, you're late, because I'm like always consistent. It was, oh, have you done the pregnancy test? I was like, no. It was like, okay, no problem. So about a week later, by this time I think I was at least 5 days late. So about a week later, on a Wednesday night, when I knew Olu was sleeping, I came downstairs and I took the pregnancy test, and it said I was pregnant. I think it was like 2 lines or something. I was like, oh my gosh, I was so happy. I was like, thank you, Jesus. And I went upstairs to sleep. This was like 11 p.m. I did not sleep till like 3 a.m. because I started Googling everything. The car seat, the organic sheet, like everything you can think about in this word, I was Googling it. Baby names, and it's like I didn't Google baby names, but I started Googling everything. That's how I found out I was pregnant. Alright, so like I said, this was on a Wednesday. So I knew the Olu already had an idea, but I wanted to surprise me in a cute way. So I Googled all this idea, I looked at pictures, but I was tired, so I F this shit. I'll just let him know. So on a Friday, I bought one of those baby on board things for the car that you place at the back of your car, and I placed it on the refrigerator, and it was upstairs in the room. So I called, I was like, oh, look, come downstairs. And it's looking like, what do you want? So he came downstairs, I was like, what is on the, come to the kitchen, what is on the fridge? And then he started like, yay, we're having a baby. And he started jumping and dancing, and it was really excited. I was like, you knew, didn't you? He was like, yeah, I kind of figured that you were pregnant, but I wanted you to tell me when you were ready. So yeah, that's how we found that we were pregnant. Do not get me started on the symptoms. I feel like I have the nastiest symptoms ever, but I'm going to try to be fast with them. So I had the spitting phase where, like, so the first one was the vomiting. At first everything was fine, but it became really bad. Like, I couldn't really eat anything. Almost everything I would eat, I would throw up, including water. I couldn't drink water. I had to mix it with Gatorade. And it got to a point where I was dehydrated. I had nothing in me. I remember one day I came home, I was at work, worked all day, threw up everything I ate, came home again, and I think I drank Gary, because that was one of the few things I could eat that would actually stay in my tummy, Gary with water and sugar. So I drank that, and I threw it up. I immediately just told Olu, I said good night. I went upstairs to shower, and I was crying in the shower. I know it sounds so dramatic, but it was such an emotional time for me. Like, imagine throwing up everything you're eating, and I feel like there's this little thing inside of me that I'm meant to be feeding. And I'm sure it may seem like I'm being dramatic, but it was such a horrible experience. Like, I was so sad. Like, the next one was like, are you okay? I was like, not really. And usually, I want this to be like, yeah, I'm fine. I said, no, I'm not fine. I'm so tired. I'm tired of throwing up. I can't keep everything in. The next time, and like, I lost weight. When I started, I think around 142 pounds. At this time, I had gone to like 130 something pounds because I could not hold anything in. And the doctor had to prescribe something. And say if that didn't work, they would have to take me to the hospital to put drips or whatever that thing is in me. But thank God the meds worked. And about 2 months later, I started throwing up again. And the doctor had to prescribe something else. So I was throwing up until 2 weeks ago. I was throwing up until like the day before my birthday, when I started taking the new med. I get phlegm. I think that's what it's, like with the mucus and everything. And my friend has a theory, which I think is true. I usually have like, what's it called? I usually have like sinus problems. I'm always sneezing, coughing, all that stuff. And it just got worse. Because when you're pregnant, they said that your body stores more mucus. So that thing is like disgusting. Like, Imagine being around me and you hear that nasty sound constantly, and I feel bad. But I'm just like, look, I'm pregnant. I cannot help it. So I was constantly spitting, and sometimes the spit would be like mucus. I know it's nasty, but those are the stuff I had to go through. And the spitting was annoying. At first it was okay. I just chewed gum and I'm fine. And it got worse. Michelle told me to try sunflower seeds. So when I would go to work, to church, I was fine. But after a while, that taste became annoying. It was salty. I was over it. So I started taking lollipops. So anytime I would go out, you either sit with a big lollipop or the Jolly Rancher, the hard candies. And I know sometimes I would get a lot of like weird stares. People would look at me like, is she the first one to be pregnant? I can feel it, but I don't care. At first I cared, but after a while I was like, look, you don't know what I'm going through. You have no right to judge me. Pregnancy is different for everybody, and that was what would help me. Like, would you rather me holding a spit bottle and spitting every second, or to be licking a lollipop? So it's not in your mouth, mind your own business. And it was so bad that when I would go to bed, like you can ask Ola, I had to put like either I sleep with like a with a paper, what's it called? Like a hand cloth, what's that thing called? Washcloth. I just with a washcloth on my side so that so that the drooling would come out, or I would sleep with like literally paper towel on my mouth, and I'll have to wake up in the middle of the night to change because it would be soaked. Like that's how bad it was, spitting every second. And thank God it finally ended last week Sunday. I was like, oh my goodness. Like I said, people are extremely nice to you when you're pregnant. Like, people have not been this close to me ever. Even people that are usually not that friendly, it's like they say, they're like, oh, people are nice. And also, anytime I feel the baby kick, it just makes it all worth it. Like, I smile. I can be having a bad day, but anytime I feel those soft, gentle kicks, it always makes, I don't know, it just makes it all worth it. Or when I feel the baby moving, sometimes I get emotional. I don't cry or anything like that, but I get so happy. I'm just like, oh, I can't wait till I meet the little baby. And also, I feel like being pregnant has brought Ola and I closer together. And seeing how he is so, I mean, Ola has always been understanding and caring, but he's always there. And I know he's going to be such a wonderful father. And I feel like it also makes us appreciate each other more. I appreciate him more, and him seeing what I go through. Because trust me, I mean, the friends I talk to on a daily basis, and also Ola literally sees it. Like when I'm up at 3 a.m. vomiting, he's experiencing it. When I'm at home and I can't eat, he sees all that, and I know he feels bad sometimes. Like some weeks ago, Ola was like, he was at work and he texted, was like, are you okay? I said, honestly, I'm tired. I'm not saying that I love being pregnant, but it can be frustrating at times. Why am I still spitting? Why am I still vomiting? All that stuff. It was like, I know. Because at this point, usually after the first trimester, most of the symptoms that I had would be gone. But nope, mine continued and continued and continued. It was like, I know, don't worry, we're almost there. So like he would encourage me sometimes. So him seeing that too, it also makes him appreciate me more, I think. But yeah, so I feel like the baby, I mean, we're almost close. I feel like the baby has brought us closer together. I think pretty much the symptoms that I mentioned. And now that I'm getting closer and closer, I don't have as much energy as I used to. I get tired easily. So sometimes I'm just like, oh my God. Or my stomach hurts badly. I forgot to mention, so I get like really bad cramps. And like last week, I couldn't do nothing for like 2-3 days. So I guess the crazy symptoms. And sometimes I don't like when, sometimes you feel judged. I know it sounds silly, and I'm not really surrounded by those kind of people, but I've had people ask me dumb questions. I've had people look at me, and I can tell that they're judging me, like, oh, you're not the first to be pregnant. Oh, how come it's like this way? And I'm looking at you like, who are you to talk? And they're usually guys. I'm like, why are you in my business? I don't know you like that. And pregnancy is different from different people. Just because your wife went through that, or you know someone whose pregnancy was easier, does not mean that we're on the same path or the same journey. And also, I'm not like the most patient person, and I find myself really not being patient now. How do I describe it? Like, if you used to get on my nerves before pregnancy, like now you really get on my nerves. Like, I don't have time for BS. Go straight to the point and we're good. But if you're, I don't know, I just don't have, I feel like I don't have time for bullshit. I don't know if that makes any sense, but my patience level is like, before it was like low, this low, now it's like all the way at the bottom. No time for BS. God, God will calm down, pull the, yeah. Oh, I'm gonna go to the hospital. I really wanted to do at-home birth, because it's not like I did a full research on it, but just being in the comfort of your home and having a midwife come, being in the tub, Olu said, hell no. I said, what do you do? I know, let's talk about it. Olu's like, no, that's not happening. But then we spoke about it and I understood his reasoning. Also, my sister's a doctor and I have some doctor friends. I also spoke to them, they're like, yeah, if I y'all go with Olu on this one, because anything can happen. Like, God forbid, what is something, like one of my doctor friends, she said that in the hospital, if she did not give birth in the hospital, then she would have probably lost her baby, because when they delivered the child, she wasn't breathing, but because they had all the utilities that they needed, they were able to do everything they needed to do. But she was like, if I want, she said she gave birth, she sat like in a tube with water or something in the hospital, that if that's what I really want, they can, some hospitals can provide that for me. So it's just safer. It's safer to deliver in the hospital because you have all the equipment, all the stuff, everything you need is there. So I just said, okay. And then one of my friends also told me, she's like, girl, when you're in labor, nobody's thinking about even if you're in the best hotel in the world, you're not thinking about, oh, this is my comfort zone, in my house, chilling, listening to music. No, you're in pain. No, you're not thinking about any of that stuff. I said, oh, yeah, that's true. So we're going to do hospital delivery. Hell yeah, it's to have sex while you're pregnant. Like I've been saying, it depends on you. Like I have friends that couldn't have sex, or they only had sex 2-3 times through their pregnancy. It depends on your body, and I'm sure your partner, you guys will communicate, you guys will understand each other, if you do have a partner. But yeah, it's to have pregnant. But if you feel like, some people may feel like vomiting after having sex and things like that, or it may be painful. So of course, if you're going through stuff like that, no, you're not gonna have sex. But if you're not going through, excuse me, any of those symptoms, yeah, it's safe to have sex while you're pregnant. So women's sex drive even increases while they're pregnant. So can you get down and do the dirty? Yeah, you can. I don't really get any weird cravings. Funny enough, throughout this pregnancy, I've not really had cravings. Like now, I like maybe like French fries, or sometimes I may want to eat burgers. But I'm a huge foodie, and I've always had cravings before pregnancy. I feel like I craved more things before I was pregnant. But today I did want some pizza and fries, and I had the pizza, but I don't really have cravings. And I think that kind of helps me a little bit. Okay, so by now I'm getting like 20 pounds. I feel like the baby has taken the skinny out of skinny hipster. But I'm embracing my new body, and I actually like it. I feel like I have more flesh, I look more womanly, and I feel like I look better in my clothes now. Like, I can fill out the clothes better now than before. So, and my ass has gotten fatter. Psych, I wish. I don't think my butt has gotten big, maybe a little bit. But my boobs, they've definitely gotten bigger. I've got like 2 sizes up. So I'm just like, please, this is enough. Don't get any more bigger. I think Olu's enjoying them. So before pregnancy, I was wearing extra small. I was wearing size extra small and small, and now I'm a medium. The maternity clothes option sucks. Like people talk about, oh, ASOS has really nice selections, and for regular dresses, yeah, like this dress is from ASOS, but it's not a maternity dress. I feel like there are not a lot of options for maternity wears. The ones I see, I really don't care for. But when it comes to casual things, yeah, like ASOS has some nice casual dress down clothes for maternity wears, but I still shop in the regular stores. When the baby comes, I'm not sure how soon I'll start vlogging again. I think Ola and I would just play with him by the air and see how everything goes. I mean, right now, I wouldn't lie, I feel like I can't vlog as much as I used to. It's on and off. It depends on how I'm feeling. Sometimes, like, as I'm recording this, I'm literally so tired. So sometimes I'm so exhausted that I can't really do much. But it depends on how I feel, how the baby feels, how we are as a family. But I'll definitely try to keep people posted. If I'm not blogging, I at least try to be alive on my Instagram feed, on my Instagram live, or which is Skinny Hipster, or my Snapchat, which is Skinny Hip. So that's it for today, guys. If you have any more questions, you can email me, leave a comment on my blog, Instagram, whatever, however. And I'll try to do more videos. The next video, I'll see if Olu is down with it. Maybe we can do a video together. And also, we started working on the baby's room. And depending on how things goes and how organized we are with everything, I may be able to record that and show you guys a glimpse of the baby's room. But we're extremely excited. Everybody that's been supportive, thank you so much. Olu, mom, dad, friends, family, everybody. I love you guys so much. We love you guys so much. We're so excited. I mean, first time parents, Olu and I are thrilled.